What's going on, y'all? It's Rob with Cinema Bullies. It's been a while. Just been in the cut, watching what's going on. Not seeing much things change. The market still looks very the same. Nothing's really changing. I saw a video of a dog that had very straight stifles, and there was a comment on the video saying like something about the dog's hips. Straight stifles don't really have anything to do with the hips. It just is a lack of angulation in the rear. Causes the dog to walk like a pirate, like has like a peg leg, pretty much. Dogs like that, besides the fact that dog looks great, from the front view, and its muscle, its head, everything looks great on the dog, but the rear is a issue. It's a flaw. It's a flaw that's hard to really get out of the gene pool, especially if you're line breeding that dog to another dog that has straight stifles in its lineage. A lot of this new extreme style dog has straight stifles. They usually have very high rears, and it all has to do with the rear assembly not being what it's supposed to be. Now, a lot of these pedigrees I've been seeing are all big name dogs in the pedigree. Congratulations, you guys are copying everything that everyone else does. But just because the dog has big name dogs all throughout the pedigree doesn't mean it's going to be, that style of dog you want. Because unless the dog's line bred or inbred, that's the only way you're going to carry those characteristics that you really want forward. But when you breed it to other extreme style dogs with different lineage, you're going to get all different types of dogs in that litter of puppies you get. They're going to be classic style ones, there'll be pocket ones, there'll be standard ones, and none of them will have a consistent look when it comes to actual structure. They could have similar colors, but not structure. Like I said, I'm a firm believer in line breeding. Not so much the inbreeding, which line breeding and inbreeding kind of is the same thing, but inbreeding is more direct, mother to son or father to daughter, uncle to uncle to niece or aunt to nephew. I mean, that's close. But I mean, you can go further down the line, do like second cousins, third cousins, if you want to. But the fastest way to get what you want is to tighten that blood up as much as you can, without having defects. As soon as you have defects, that's when you got to bring something else into the, to the bloodline and try to clean it up. But that's the risk you take as being a breeder, which a lot of you people claim to be. Because I have line bred dogs that are on the ground right now that look better than all these big name dogs that you people are, breeding and line breeding and just breeding to whatever you guys can. And the dogs I have are old school blood, and they might not have the extreme features, but they are correct. No health issues, perfect shaped heads, clean fronts, great angulation, short backs, great movement. I mean, I'm very happy with what I got to while I was breeding. Within the 3 to 4 years I was into it, like heavy. They are maturing now. My last litter, they're about a year old, And if I bring those out to a show, I will probably sweep the classes that I go in. And I'm not trying to talk shit or brag or whatever, but from what I'm seeing right now, if you look at the dog overall and leave the extreme look out of it, my dogs will beat just about any dog that I've seen online in the past 6 months. Like I said, there's very few people that do it right, and I've mentioned them before, and you guys know some of them, but there's about 4 breeders that I know that actually breed correctly, and their yards are, you know, proven facts of this. But yeah, you guys still don't understand the concept of the breeding part. Everyone wants to breed to the next hot dog, the next, you know, producer. Got news though, but you know, you guys still don't understand, just because a dog looks good and has a couple litters on the ground and throws his look as a puppy, that's not a producer. That's not shit. You gotta wait till the dogs get older, you know, a year old, older, and then see what the dogs really look like. Every puppy can look great. You know, I've had puppies that look great, and then when they get older, they look mediocre. They don't look as good as I thought they were going to be. But then I've had puppies that look great, and they look great as an adult. It just depends. It depends what characteristics get pulled as that dog matures. So, like I said, stick to line breeding. That will be the key to your longevity of breeding dogs, and not the short term, you know, which everyone seems to be doing, which is why the market is trash. And I see people, you know, looking for $1,000 dogs, $1,500 dogs, and people that still can't sell litters. And I get it. You know, some of you guys are the best breeders I've ever seen in my life. You guys sell all your litters. You know, you guys are full of shit. But, I mean, you guys can say whatever you want. And I don't care if you're from down south or out west. You know, back, you know, your income's different out there. You guys aren't spending 10 grand on a dog, even 5 grand on a dog. You guys are spending 3,000, 2,000, and you guys think you guys have, you know, the best shit out there, and you don't. Just because the dog has, you know, some top tier studs in there or some bad females in there doesn't mean that's what you're gonna get. It all depends on how the dog is bred. The female's role is probably more important than the male's role. So you guys breed these great males, these proven producers, to classic style bitches, and then you guys wonder why your litter looks like shit. Yeah, your dogs have to complement each other to an extent. So if they both complement each other, they have similar blood, and you pull those traits when you breed these dogs, then you luck out and you produce nice dogs. Or you do something like I did, and I got a blood that I liked that had minimum to no health defects, and I line bred it all the way to, I bred a niece to an uncle, right, or a great uncle. So a niece to a great uncle, and that was the tightest I got with Grand Champion Stacks blood. And those dogs came out very nice. I would say out of 7 puppies, 4 of them, maybe 5, could be champion dogs, no questions asked. And 2 of them I will most likely be bringing out to shows in the next year. I'm gonna let them mature until about 2, and then I'm gonna bring them out. And then you'll see what I got. Like I said, I'm laying low. I got a lot of shit going on. Don't have the time or the cash flow to really invest in the dogs. But I have dogs around. I will have litters in the future. But not many. Maybe 1 a year. But once I get my feet back on the ground, I will be, dipping my feet back into this contaminated pool of dogs and people. And hopefully the fad, simmers down a little bit with these dogs, and we can get back to producing, top quality bullies instead of these mutant, half-fast dogs that are dying before the age of 3. People see the money, their eyes light up. I was there, I've been there. I see how much money you can make doing these dogs, making them. But at the end of the day, I was still responsible enough to not follow the hype and follow my own vision. And that's what a lot of people forget to do. So if you're serious about the breeding the dogs and you want to make a name for yourself and do something good, find something you like, that you like, not what everyone else likes, not what the fad is, not who the hot next stud is. Find what you like. I said, line breed that as tight as you can get without having health defects, for a few generations, and then go about your business and figure out what you want to bring into it. I got the blood that I want to bring into mine. I have one more breeding to do, which is going to be the tightest line breeding I've done. And once that's complete, then I'm outcrossing my blood. And that's going to be my final product. And technically that would be my bloodline, I believe, because I would have 5 generations behind it. So, let's see how it goes. But once I get to that outcross, I really think I will have some top tier American bullies with no health issues and very bully with great structure. I mean, they should be very, very nice dogs, and the whole litter should be consistent because of how I bred it and who I'm taking. My outcross is very line bred too. So line bred, it should be very consistent. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But like I said, keep this in mind when you guys are breeding these dogs and when you're commenting on people's dogs. I said, it's not the dog's fault that they have the defects. It's the breeders that don't know what they're doing, and then they advertise it, like a healthy dog when they know it's not. And the real breeders know that the dog isn't correct or healthy. So cut the bullshit, take the blinders off, understand what you're looking at, and then go from there. So I hope this helped you guys out. I know it's been a minute. I'm going to have another video on something else. I'll probably drop it this week coming up, maybe next week. So stay tuned in. Haven't left yet. And like I said, I hope this helped you guys out. All right, guys. Take care.